very, very, very upset this is going on, because we see Apple moving to communist China, saying they're going to merge with the government to be state-run because they can be tax-exempt. That's in Reuters, that's in AP, but they report it like it's boring. This is just sensational. We've got the other telecoms and other big tech giants saying they're going to line up with China so they can have entry into the market. So that's what's happening right now, Owen. And InfoWars is in the middle of just absolutely giant, massive censorship. And what's crazy is, I'm going to go through this today, is I've talked to some people that work at YouTube that are pretty high level. Those are obviously off record. They've gone in and looked at the accounts, and they say the problem is YouTube gives too many people access, Google does, to the people that work at YouTube. And so there are tens of thousands of people that have access, and you've got SJWs that, as an act of rebellion, just like deep state won't do what the president says, even though it's constitutional, or won't follow laws, there is a mutiny inside YouTube. Now, that's what Bloomberg said on Wednesday. That's what The Verge said on Wednesday. That's what we said. And I'm giving The Verge and Bloomberg credit because their reporters went out and actually found out what was going on. They found out what was happening, and they reported that indeed we had been wrongfully terminated, blocked, frozen. The account was frozen, one step from being deleted with 2 strikes. And that thousands of others had. I mean, mainline famous preachers, liberals, centrist, any liberals like Sargon of Akkad were very popular, who said, hey, I'm a liberal, but don't ban conservatives. He got banned. Mike Adams of Natural News, he's still currently banned. Dr. Jerome Corsi of InfoWars, he got banned. Nothing to do with the Parkland shooting. Thousands of accounts. So that's one group, is they're saying there's a rebellion inside because they hired the Southern Poverty Law Center. You can't make that up to come up and run it. We're going to cover all this. But the other school of thought is, no, they're playing Operation Crying Wolf, and that they're claiming it's rogue employees, but they're just banning and unbanning and blocking and striking people until we all just get tired, and then it's a non-story. Because it is a big deal to have a purge. We'll have it be an on-purge and off-purge. You know, it's the old thing of World War I. They started going over loudspeakers, the German first. The Austro-Hungarian Empire would say, don't run. You know, we've stopped fighting. Just lay down your arms. We're not going to attack you. And then they would kill them when they came over the top. And they kind of memorialized that as a fictional account, but it was a real historical battle in Saving Private Ryan, where the GI is about to kill the German with the bayonet. And the German goes, no, friend, stop. And the American stops when he has the initiative for just a second for the German to flip him over and run the knife into him. And so the smarter money, and some of my Army intel buddies I talked to this morning, they, and some CIA folks, they think that this is a rebellion going on, but they're doing it over and over again till we just get tired and give up. And then CBS, everybody else who'd admitted this was happening, they came out today and said, is Jones lying? His YouTube's up and he's uploading new videos. Well, that's because in the last 8 days, they have put 5 strikes on, 4 we have copies of, 1 just disappeared. And then we had 3 strikes yesterday, and I was told, well, 3 strikes, usually in a few hours or a day, it'll roll over, you're deleted. I was told that by a source who could look into our account, but he couldn't change it because he was in a different division of YouTube. But he was high level in marketing, but he wasn't one of the moderators. And so he said, yeah, you'll probably be gone, at least by tomorrow. I reported that. We had 3 strikes. I'll show you the 3 strikes from internally in the control panel. But then suddenly those are gone. But then they come back for the same videos again. We're in the biggest censorship we've ever seen, and it is modeled after the communist Chinese. And Owen Schroyer riding shotgun with me here, Infowars.com anchor and host as well, investigative journalist. We're right in the middle of it, and the Wall Street Journal met with Google, Facebook, and Twitter. The CEO of News Corp that runs the Wall Street Journal, I should say, said, we're going to start with WikiLeaks, Alex Jones, and ISIS, and we're going to ban those and set the precedent. And then within a year, there'll only be about 100 providers online, on Facebook, Twitter, Google, YouTube, all of it, and we'll make a lot more money. Well, I saw that, and people had derivative headlines that said, hold on to your tinfoil hat, YouTube's coming for Alex Jones. Well, about a week and a half later, it happened. All the fake strikes. And here's the key. They are setting the precedent with us because they think that there's enough people that hate us that somehow they'll just accept getting rid of free speech. But once they've set the precedent, it's for everybody. So we've got huge developments. This is one of the biggest stories Thousands of articles the last week, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds in the first few days when it kicked off before that. So, we're talking the last week and a half since this kicked off, thousands and thousands of articles. And if it wasn't for DrudgeReport.com, InfoWars is big, our affiliates are big, and it was going to be a big story. But if it wasn't for Drudge, who for a week about it and link to it every day because he supports free speech, we would not have gotten this big breakthrough. So, CNN starts lobbying 9 days ago to take us down in 3 articles and 2 TV reports. We showed those to you. You can pull them up. CNN, InfoWars is 2 strikes away from being banned. And they said, we initiated it. We're calling for the videos to be taken down. I've talked to the antitrust lawyers. We have them. The thing is, they have so much money and the globalists don't care. They think they're going to have the country sewn up the next year before we win in court. That's why every lawyer we talk to goes, oh, my God, this is open and shut. But, see, they don't seem to care. So I'm going to get your take on that, Owen. And there's this other big news concerning Nunes, saying they found evidence of massive Hillary collusion. They're going to seek a major investigation, and so that's all coming up. Devin Nunes drops the Moab of the Russian investigation, claims there's evidence of collusion. But, Owen, you're going to be hosting yourself the special reports as you're on the street covering Antifa this weekend. You're going to be taking over in the second hour. But all I can say to the listeners is this. This is so huge because you have CNN saying ban InfoWars, and then we can go into our control panel on our YouTube channels that have over 3 billion views on our channels, almost 2 billion on the main on the main channel, and of course billions others on other channels that we let carry our material. It's all copyright free to air. Just get it out there, folks. And my head spins because they then came out and had a bunch of sponsors that had never sponsored us. The UN, Nike, all these groups go spend $20 to $160. That was their biggest sponsors. And then we only get like a third of that or something. Only for like a week. They went and sponsored us on Google, which anybody can do. And then so they could all announce they were pulling after CNN called them Friday. So that's a big national headline. Look at this. CNN pushes YouTube to ban Alex Jones' demonetized video channel. Breitbart, Daily Caller, companies suspend ads on Alex Jones' InfoWars YouTube channel after CNN contacts them. Now, I'm reading them because they're real news and actually quote real quotes and quote us and get the facts. You want thousands of others. It's CBS, New York Times, Washington Post. It's this idea that I'm being destroyed, that everyone's leaving me, that I'm going to collapse. I've never had the UN sponsor us. I've never had Nike. I've never had it. Suddenly, they were all this week. We could go into in fact, I'm checking with YouTube to see if it violates rules of service because I think it does. You're not supposed to get into advertisers' issues and how much they're spending. They've already published all this, so I can say what they've published. And I'm talking to lawyers tonight. That's one of the reasons I'm going off early. So I'm not going to violate people's privacy like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and the Southern Poverty Law Center helping run this for YouTube and CNN. I mean, CNN is in my account. They brag about it. The Southern Poverty Law Center has been hired by Google for YouTube, and they're in my life. And then they run this stunt where they go get a bunch of people to spend. 20 is the smallest advertiser. 160 for the week's the biggest. They all put in like pennies to have their ads so then they can pull them virtue signal and be in thousands of newspapers against Alex Jones. Now, that is a scam. And they've done it, and it's next level. So I asked a question earlier to you. I'm told by our YouTube sources, and the media calls me and goes, give us your sources. And I go, no. They go, that's weird. And I go, oh, yeah, the media never has secret sources. But they told us that the day before Bloomberg reported it last week and the day before The Verge got it right, YouTube apologized on Wednesday saying, we're sorry. A lot of conservatives got banned because of new moderators we hired from the Southern Poverty Law Center, 10,000 of them. And jump in any time, Owen. It's just that my head's spinning. And then they put our channel back. Then they pulled it back down. So I'm going to go over coming up the history with the actual strikes that we've printed off here so that people can see for themselves. Because the new thing, Owen, since they removed the strikes again today, after putting them back again yesterday for the fifth time, is that now it never happened, Owen, because they failed to ban us, and because YouTube managers came in and lawyers said, you can't do this. He didn't say what you said. We're wide open for lawsuits, antitrust, horses interference, unfair business practices, racketeering. They're now saying, and I've had reporters calling me saying, show us the strikes, we don't believe you. So CNN's up there. They're in thousands of publications celebrating our channel's got 1 strike, then 2, then 3. Headlines, it's about to be taken down. Hooray, we blew up the Death Star, Owen. And then when they fail, they say we made it up, Owen. I've got all the articles. I can't even compute what this is. Are they putting strikes in and removing them so it sounds like we're crying wolf? Or is it the mutiny like the people told me and what Google says? When we broke out the day before, Google said, no, we've got people mutinying inside. A civil war in Google, controlling YouTube. Or is it that people keep putting fake strikes and so it's automated and kicks back through, but our channel's not automated because it's a partner, not just a regular partner, a partner with YouTube, which they don't want me to talk about going back 8 years because they'll try to embarrass YouTube. Big deal. I'm a news organization. CNN's partnered with them. So, I mean, I get a lot of the inside baseball. I just don't leak it out there because it's private information. What the hell do you think's going on, Owen?
Well, I actually think it's all of that. And there's a bigger agenda to create an environment of thought that you're losing, that you've been defeated. It's the same type of stuff they do whenever you have to go to court for legal stuff or with your family. They say, oh, Alex Jones' family is abandoning him. You know, I had to hear that yesterday on the streets. I'm like, that's not true at all. Alex spends a ton of time with his kids. I mean, so they want to create
I have my children, my 4 children, if you average it together, 75% of the time. No, because my newborn baby, I got 100% of the time. So you have to do the math. I have my 3 children 75% of the time. And then I have my newborn baby. Well, she's now 10 months old. God, time flies. 100%. So what's 75 if I have the 3? And then how do you average in the other one? So that's like 85, 90%?
Something like that.
I have my children 90% of the time.
But that's what they do. They create this environment of thought where people think you've been defeated. They think you've lost. Oh, you've been banned from YouTube. You said there were crisis actors. Oh, you lost your kids. And it's all fake. It's the same thing. It's all pseudo. But Alex, I have to tell you, it was deja vu today for me. And I don't know if you remember this, but last Sunday, you started the broadcast kind of the same way. And you actually said something last Sunday. It's probably one of my favorite quotes, my favorite moments ever of the Alex Jones Show. You come on air and you're like, you know, I feel sick because we're getting banned. They're trying to censor us. I feel sick. And then you go, but at a fleshly level, I want them to ban me. At a fleshly level, it's almost like sweet victory that they can't defeat us, so they have to ban us, and they're only going to make us bigger. So the more they ban us, the more they strike us, the more the audience supports us, the more people go to the Alex Jones channel, the more people go to Infowars.com.
Nourish a probiotic-friendly environment in your gut with prebiotic fiber by Infowars Life. Help the good bacteria thrive and support overall digestive health with our specially formulated prebiotic fiber, a mixture of clinically studied and organic acacia, fruit, and flax fiber. Prebiotic fiber is soluble fiber that ferments in the gut to help feed good bacteria, which helps you digest food, absorb nutrients, and even supports your immune system. Infowars Life's cutting-edge formula only brings you the highest quality, organic, and clinically studied ingredients. Cheap prebiotic fibers are used up only at the beginning of the colon, but our premium organic acacia fiber is slowly digested by the good bacteria throughout the entire colon for maximum prebiotic effect. Head to InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.